What's up, everybody? Brett here, back today playing some more Taur. First off, guys, before we even get started, I want to say that I appreciate all the support on this series. This game is fun. It's one of those games, honestly, where I think I would honestly have to play through it twice. I'm playing through it now, I'm learning a lot, I'm picking up the game, I'm missing a few minor things here and there. But it's one of those games, it's a strategy game, and I feel like if I played it again, like let's get as far as we can get with this playthrough. And then maybe if there's enough interest from y'all, we'll play it again. And we'll try and develop some more advanced strategies. I appreciate everyone in the comment section who left me helpful tips or pointed out that I missed something or overlooked something. I can take constructive criticism. It doesn't hurt. And I just want to get better at the game because it's fun. And I want to be efficient at it because I feel like at the most efficient levels, this game probably feels amazing. When you're just dominating the battlefield, it probably feels awesome. So we're going to try and get to that. Before we jump in, I've kind of already determined to do this light resistance mission. This one will give me an extreme amount of power, which after I do a few upgrades here, we're going to be lacking. We don't necessarily need large power cores at the moment, or even prime crystals, but we're about to spin some of these. Let's go into research before we do anything. I've already sort of decided to max out the superior command to get the maximum number of guardians that we can. This will essentially give us 4 guardians. Boom. So we've just added 4 guardians to the next mission. And then I wanted to come over here and go to superior command on our ranger building as well. We've got 2 of each of these buildings currently. And so we doubled the effectiveness of that. I also wanted to come in here and get the nanogen shields for our guardians, giving them regenerative shields. Got it. Boom. So we're kind of going a bit all in on our Guardians and Rangers to start with. I don't know if that's correct. I do not know. But they're strong little buggers, and I think they contribute a lot to, you know, every single battle that we've had so far. And I'm tempted to go ahead and just pop in another upgrade on something here. Trying to get some sort of regen for our Rangers. We'd have to get light armor there. You know what? Let's get it. Giving them additional damage protection in battle, making our Rangers last a little bit longer. And we're pretty much down. We're out of power. Let's jump in. So I'm prioritizing upgrades over adding additional turrets or buildings. I'm hoping that our... Oh, wait. Gotta pick. I'm hoping that our Aegis that we built in the last episode will be enough to protect us for several missions to come while we kind of hoard resources. And maybe take some of the easier fights that are available to us. Alright, check out these guys. Yeah, we're pretty stacked. Okay, so it's been like 2 days, I think, since I've had a chance to play. I've been very busy with school. Oh, pretty weird undershots there. Oh, they're coming from all sides. So, do we now have 4 shots? I feel like that was something that I upgraded at some point. And I love that our guys are kind of posting up wherever they think the biggest threat is coming from. You can learn a lot about where the enemy is coming from and headed based on watching those dudes. Okay, not totally ineffective mortar there. In the last episode, we got the upgrade to give us 2 shots from our mortars. What I'm really looking out for right now is longer range enemies. Because our rangers don't really have like the best range. Those little guys with the bows. We're just gonna drop 2 drops there. And we're gonna focus up here. We can kind of watch and see how effective that was. I think we hit a few of them and damaged them. Come on. One of the things that I love about this game is that there's so many different things. Yeah, I see you. There's so many different ways to upgrade in this game. You can upgrade your primary and secondary weapons. You can upgrade your passive abilities. Speaking of which, we're going to use one right now. Whether that was a good usage or not. I probably should have used it right when this wave came down. Is there anyone else? Any long-range dudes that are messing us up? I don't think so. You can also upgrade your towers, your defensive turrets. You can upgrade your little fighters. Like, there's lots of different paths, and I think they're probably all, to some extent, valid. So we didn't build any buildings, but we took advantage of our upgrades, and also that was, of course, a much easier mission. And I think perhaps instead of researching anything, we'll take kind of this opportunity to go in and build more buildings. So what do I need more of? These are all extreme. Alright, as long as... Okay, we can deal with Skyfall. I think we can deal with Invasion. Successive waves, Skyfall as they drop down chaotically. Close range combat. And then Air Raid. We don't have the SAM missiles. Is it Decimator, Obliterator? No. Do we have the SAM missiles? SAM Sight. Okay. That requires a large structure, which we would have to unlock. We don't have the Stellar Crystals for that. So we want to, I think, avoid, like, really intense air battles. We can do air battles, but we want to avoid, like, whatever an extreme air raid, you know, means. I don't know. But it probably doesn't mean good things for us. Plus, we also don't really need this resource. I think I would much rather do a Skyfall, get extra resources here. Yeah, and if we abandon this one, it's plus 12 control. So let's try this. It might be incredibly difficult. Wish me luck. I think clever use of my Q, my time stoppage, is going to be important here. I should probably use it in a way to try and get 2 uses out of it. But I'm hoping that all my soldiers and my Aegis are going to be enough to kind of carry me through. And every time I've done the Skyfall, it's almost always just these like little weak guys who can't really attack air, which means my aerial superiority is important. Drop that, drop that. Get that all on cooldown while time is sort of stopped. I can also go here and unlock. And perhaps try and get a Raptor turret. And we'll get another one of those turrets. So there's a lot to be said about like efficiency and turret placement. I haven't really delved too much into that, like in my own understanding of the game. Like we could probably, I think this is possible, but I haven't tested it yet. We can probably place turrets away from the center of the core. But I'm not 100% on that. But if we do that, we could place some of the shorter range turrets potentially closer to the enemy. Okay, I'm expecting another wave here. No, that was it. Easy mode. Our warriors are tough. So the idea is like we have these really strong turrets that have really short ranges. We put them further out, and then certain towers are more appropriately kept. Maybe they're more expensive, more fragile. They're more appropriately kept closer to the center of your core. I'm not proficient enough with the game yet to really understand which towers are which. It would honestly take me sitting here and reading and like really breaking down the strategies. That's something I'm going to probably do if I play this game again. You know, an additional playthrough if you guys are interested in that. I could definitely see getting behind the numbers, going deep into the numbers, figuring out a strategy from like deployment 1 and figuring the game out at that kind of like higher intellectual level. But I'm not sure that's really required at this point. So we've got heavy, light, and medium resistance. Air Raid, Skyfall. I'd be interested in doing another Skyfall. I feel like we go through the standard power core resource pretty damn fast. Oh no, I just noticed this. You know what? Stellar crystals are something we've been struggling to get. We're going to have to do an air raid at Weather Peak. So let's go into research. And I'm also tempted to just kind of come in here and just generally... We have lots of these different buildings. It might be a good idea to, I guess, like, just make them a little bit stronger. We've got 8 of these astral crystals. I'm also looking at photon flare. I'm also looking at making our Aegis have certain abilities. Increasing its maximum health, I think, is probably crucial. We should probably do that. Increases the prime cannon force field capacity, allowing its shield to absorb more damage. And then that eventually gets us to the force stabilizer, which increases its regeneration. You know what? Let's jack our shield up. Go one of each. One of each. And I would like to give our base the ability to regenerate. It doesn't have that currently. And I think that's probably important. And let's also increase our ranger's maximum HP. We're just kind of... It looks like I'm going randomly in all different directions, and I kind of am. But I think, you know, we just made our rangers much tougher, right? We gave them, what was that, like an additional 40 HP. They're going to be a little bit tankier, which is good. We're going into an air raid. They are anti-air. We just made our Aegis a lot stronger. We gave it basically bigger numbers and the ability to regenerate. And we also gave our base the ability to regenerate. We just spread out in a lot of different directions, but we covered a lot of weaknesses all at once. And there's something to be said for specializing, like going super hard in one branch. But I don't know yet, based on my limited experience, whether or not that is the correct path. So let's go into the air raid. It's considered a light enemy resistance. So that'll be fine for us. Got to remember that I need to shift so that I can shoot up into the air. There we go. It's sad because this is a really good map to defend against ground stuff. Whereas, you know, defending against air doesn't do anything for us. Alright, we're going to slow-mo right off the bat. I would love to get an additional shot on our primary weapon. Damn. Yeah, every time I completely whiff, it feels bad. Come on, little rangers. And they might try and kamikaze into my shield, but my shield's going to regenerate. Got him on fire. And as they get close, some of those turrets we've recently built are doing work. Man, it sucks that I can really only hit them when they're like strafing. But our shield just they all just died hitting our shield, which is pretty silly. But our shield is strong. And once again, we're going net positive on the Taria control. Positive 7. We got 4 of these crystals, which we know we need. There's so much that we want that requires it. Also, if we wanted to forge our weapons, it requires that as well. Let's see if we can reforge. I'm curious. Ooh, it went down. Okay, that sucks. We went up to superior here. So that's enough of that. I just want to really understand how this works, because I feel like I don't at the moment. But I definitely wanted to get this. I'm glad I didn't use more than that. Because Shield Surge is another prime ability, so in addition to like our slowing down of time, we can use this to instantly... Let's see, let's make sure I understand this correctly before I use it and mess it all up. Immediately recharges the prime cannon shield, as well as significantly boosting the shield regeneration of all deployed Guardian droids for a period of time. At least one Aegis shield generator must be constructed and deployed. Got it. So if this works the way I think it does, if the shield ever goes down, I pop this and it comes right back up. And if I ever have to test that and it doesn't work the way I think it does, I'm going to be in trouble. So if you know better than me in the comment section, this would be a good time to let me know. But I think it works that way. So that was potentially a great upgrade for us, and we're going to want to equip that when we get into the next battle. So we've got a heavy and 2 mediums, air raid, siege, and siege. I'm a little shell-shocked on the sieges because we got wrecked by like 1 tank in 1 shot last time. We do have the Aegis, which we didn't have before. I'm also reading to see, you know, if there's any like severe penalties underneath abandon, and there aren't. I think we're kind of free to pick whatever we want, but it's funny because the astral crystals look like a good resource for us that we should try and get right now. I don't think they're a rare resource. I think they're probably a more common one. But they're one that we can actively make use of at the moment. So let's try and do that. And I think we will want to place more buildings very soon. We're going to prioritize that. Even if it's just to get more guardians. And let's see. So we want to W our shield surge. Cool. And let's also shift up into the air so we can start hitting more flyers. 3 shots. It looks like I hit them all, but I didn't hit any of them. Alright, let's slow it down. I almost can't miss. Just shoot into the crowd and hope to hit something. I wish there was like a layout that showed me how much damage like each structure did. So maybe I could have some idea of like how much damage. Oh wow, is he going down? Yeah. Of how much damage like say my planes are doing. Because they're having dogfights right now. Are any of them left? Ooh, looks like maybe not. Our passive shield regeneration. You can kind of watch it down at the center. Looks like it's doing okay. Like, these guys are screwed every time they get close to us. The Rangers do a lot of work, and all of our, like, short-range, like, laser cannons, they don't miss. They just lock on and take them out. And once again, a good net positive of 5. So we're getting close to that 100% control. I don't know what that gives us, other than the security of knowing that if we lose a few, we're not instantly out. Day 25, extreme, heavy, and massive. Ugh, a massive siege. I don't know about that. Might go with the heavy siege instead. I feel like we could just, no problem, walk through another air raid, even an extreme one. See what our research looks like. Okay, what else can we get? Reinforces the structural integrity of the prime cannon, allow it to stand more damage. Man, I feel like I've kind of been ignoring this. If we do our job, this isn't that important. And I definitely understand that, but the last thing I want is to get one-shotted by some big cannon because our main structure only has 100 HP. I don't want that. And I'm kind of tempted here to put like 1 point. Excuse me, in all of these different structure upgrades. Yeah, I wish I hadn't tried to upgrade my weapons, because I could have gotten the nanogen alloys here and the nanogen alloys there, giving our little buddy some regen. And maybe we should prioritize the cryo volley as well, so that our rangers all like shoot in one spot. I could see that being super strong. And maybe we also need to start thinking about trying to prioritize unlocking some of these large and massive structures. A Decimator. Massive turret equipped with a fast-firing high... Man, we could probably get this pretty damn fast. But remember, we've got to unlock it with this. So that means we need 3 stellar crystals and basically like another entire mission's worth of power. We got to unlock it. Then we got to unlock the slot, which who knows how expensive a massive structure slot is. We can look that up in the next battle. And then we've got to actually buy one. So, as we learn with the Aegis, it's not as simple as just unlocking it. Yeah, let's go for the siege and hope that we've done good. If our shield goes down, gotta remember to hit W. But sieges feel like the moments where our guardians and our rangers are the least effective. they coming from? Okay. Oh god. Yeah, that hurt. Okay, let's stop time. Yeah, we're getting hurt. Oh, Jesus. I'm watching our shield health. And my finger is on the W button. Come on, planes, do your biz. Okay, I just hit it as soon as it went down. Alright. And I think at this point we're probably safe. That looked like a direct hit to me. Whew. Guys, without the shield recharge, we probably would have just lost a lot of buildings. That was pretty damn scary. And my strategy of trying to shoot down one of those transports before it even comes in seems to be a little shaky. It's not that easy to do. At least our weapon's not strong enough to do it as of yet. Maybe it will be in the future. But as of right now, it's definitely not. Okay, Skyfalls are super fun. I can definitely see doing some more of those. This one's an extreme, though. Go into our research and see what we can maybe pick loose. I feel like we should just max out our shield. We don't really want to increase the structural integrity of the Aegis like building itself too much. I think it's much more important to increase the shield's number, right? So we were 360 in that battle and I had to reset it. If we had been at 520, I might not have even needed to. Ooh, and as we get into the higher levels, we start needing stellar crystals for that. Interesting. Yeah. And you know what? Let's get that up. I could see some enemies getting past our shields and past our guardians and knocking this thing out. That would be horrible if we had to rebuild the Aegis. So it's a little bit of an investment. I can't see going too much beyond that. But if anything ever gets past our defenders and destroys the actual building of the Aegis itself, that would be game over. So a little bit of insurance to try and hope and prevent that from happening. You know, maybe that's good, maybe it's bad. I don't actually know. I hope it's good. All right, let's come in here. Deploy. The stake for abandoning that was plus 20, so that was almost certainly the one we were supposed to do. It was the one I wanted to do, and I think it was also the correct one. But this might be crazy. The little guys don't seem to put up much fight, you know, against us, though. Because of our kind of, like, really, like, little warrior-centric build that we have. This is a lot of guys. Keeping an eye on my shield. I'm glad I upgraded it because it is taking a beating. There are dudes back there shooting. Small little warriors. We might build, like, the next buildings I might build, if we don't get, you know, some of the more ambitious stuff that I would like to get, then I think the next option might be, oh no, are we taking hits to our buildings? That's no good. Or was that, like, one of my mortars falling short? I was going to say, we might just get more Guardians and more Rangers. Man, that was rough. We lost every guy. But that was what I was talking about. Them getting through our defenders, through our shield, and get to the point where they're physically, you know, standing next to our buildings and hitting them. That was what I was worried about. And I'm kind of glad that that Aegis structure has hundreds of HP instead of like 100. It wasn't even able to go down. Okay. Big power and stellar crystals. That's almost certainly what we're going to take. And it also has the highest abandon number at plus 11. So, kind of feels like a no-brainer. We don't really need the large power cores yet. Let's not upgrade anything. Let's see where the dust settles after we get the invasion salt flats. And we'll see what kind of upgrades we want to get then. I'm going to take a look. I want to make sure. I feel like maybe I forgot a power. Let's check our tab real quick. No, we've got all of our powers. Let's check our building. So for a massive slot, we need 500. We've got all the other ingredients handily, but we need tons of power. No problem. We can do that. Ooh, what type of fight was this? Okay, we can't really shoot over that very well. Go Rangers, go Rangers, go. Use our weapon to just kind of like pick the people off at the fringes, get the guys that get close. Man, good job from our aerial units. They just decimate. And don't get touched. Yeah, that was a big whiff. Okay, messed up some of my guys. Gotta go for the guys with the RPGs. It's like Black Hawk Down. Man, that scene in the car, in the Humvee. The car. That wasn't in the army. The scene in the Humvee where like the plating doesn't hold and they get like shot through. That scene is just horrific, man. I'm not gonna spoil it for any of you guys who are younger. Maybe you haven't seen Black Hawk Down. Watch that movie. There's some stuff in there that bothers most service people, and I'm sure it really bothers the guys who were there. But there's a lot of accuracy in it too. Just like there's a little bit of kind of bullshit. I wasn't there, obviously. I don't know. I don't know everything. But it's a damn good movie, I'll tell you that. You want to be stressed out for a couple hours. Like, I'm focusing on this side, and that's going to let all my little warriors go over there and fight on the other side. There's no reason I shouldn't throw up some mortars. I see my shield getting low. I keep forgetting to use my time stop because it's such a crazy ability to have. It feels like something I shouldn't have the ability to do. Man, my other mortar building hit him before I did. You gotta go. Speaking of like sci-fi stuff, are you guys out there excited for Altered Carbon? Season 2, the end of this month. I am freaking jacked. That's one of the coolest shows I've ever seen. The first time I saw it, I was like, this show has to cost like, I don't know, like $1 billion an episode is what it feels like. Obviously not true, but it's just amazing. Okay, what are we going in for here? Research. I want to see what this Decimator is. A massive turret equipped with a fast-firing minigun. I'm going to unlock it, and we're going to go for it. I have enough power. I think we have everything we need. I think. Going to the campaign. This is a siege, an extreme siege. I want to kind of avoid that if I can. Let's do Skyfall again. I find those pretty damn enjoyable. I love that this massive weapon is both air and land. And we're placing it out here on the side next to the generator. Maybe they can kind of, you know, tank for each other a little bit if anyone gets through. So we're going to unlock this. Now, what does it cost to build? Damn. Do we have the resources, though? We do. We just need 750 power. Okay, let's make that the goal of this episode. We're going to try and get one of those bad boys and see it in action. It'll probably be 2 more missions, or at least this one and another one. I forgot how scary these could be. Let's slow down time here. Our guardians and stuff paid a heavy price last time. Come on, little buddies, fight! I don't know, we'll drop a bomb. It's kind of danger close to our own guys. Keep them away from my expensive buildings. And I think we got it. This is a smaller Skyfall mission than the last one we did. And we made it out of it with some of our dudes still left alive. Whew. I'm really hoping that minigun is going to make a big difference. It's going to give us, like, tons of offensive power. We needed, what was it, 750? Yeah, we're not even going to get it after this. So an air raid here. Yeah, let's do that. There's nothing that I can buy or research that doesn't require power. So I can't research anything. I just need to keep saving. And we're going to have to do another one after this. Might want to play it safe until we get that online, because we're kind of essentially guaranteeing that we're functioning at a bit of a research deficit, because we're going mission after mission after mission without researching, you know, basically anything that makes us more combat effective. Okay, here we go. Slow it down. Nailed it. Ooh, my poor guys. Okay. I feel like I'm not really hitting much. Some of them are going down. Trying to keep a weary eye on my shield, because it's taking a beating. Okay, here goes. Alright, we're back up. We're about to have our time warp back online. There we go. Damn. I really want to know what, like, the secret to hitting these things is. Because sometimes it seems like I should be hitting them and I'm not. Oh no, we're about to lose our shield again. Oh, and this time we're kind of screwed. We didn't kill them fast enough. Okay, shield's down, but it's trying to regenerate. Come on, crash. I don't know what you know, how strong the shield has to be to come back online. It's regenerating. Damn. I don't know if I'm just bad or what. Gotta lead my shots on that a little bit more. Maybe we should get more fighter jets. Prioritize that kind of hard. They're good in those missions, and they're also great when all we're fighting is stuff on the ground, because they just can't be touched. They're just devastating. So we go -5 on this. I'm not too upset about it. Alright, let's go into another one. So we can take another air raid. I feel like we're running pretty damn low on air crystals. Or astral crystals, rather. As much as I would like to get 1,000, I think 500 is a pretty nice thing to settle for. But look at the abandon penalty on that. Yeah, we can't pass up 5 astral crystals, though. They're used in almost all of the upgrades that we're currently considering. Okay, so this, I think, is going to be the second to last one, guys. I hope you've enjoyed this episode. I have. I feel like we're crushing it. Just double check. 750, absolutely. And the other one is its heavy plasma projectiles can pierce any infantry hit, killing them instantly, can target ground and air units. Man, they're both awesome. Not sure if we went with the right one. Just trying to make the best decision with very limited information, obviously. And I'm a self-proclaimed stupid dummy, so sometimes I'll make the wrong choice. Try not to nerd out on me too hard. I know what it's like to cringe when you watch someone play a video game, like especially a strategy game, and they're just not good. It hurts. Especially when your only barrier to entry is your ability to buy the game yourself. So I'm hoping that I'm doing you guys a bit of a service here, playing this game. It was 20-something bucks. And you get a chance to at least sort of play vicariously through me. Hopefully I'm picking some of the same stuff you would pick. If not, then maybe hopefully you see the value in me having a different play style. Nice. Fire into the blob. Hope we get lucky. And let's go ahead and just keep them grouped up while we drop our mortars. Okay, not terrible. Nice, just line them up. Wow, direct hit. Exactly where I wanted it. Is that it? Did we nail it? Is there one guy like chilling in the woods somewhere that I can't see? Oh no, there's a whole extra wave. Got it. Holy crap. Looks like I just got bombed out. Oh, there are bombers. Well, that explains it. Huh. Oh, Jesus. We gotta start taking care of this air problem. Slow it down. Don't tell me there are tanks on the field. Because these are like transports. Or at least I thought they were. Maybe they're not. Got my finger on the W. See, this is fun. This is like a combined aerial ground assault. Like, that's cool. I'm sure most of the battles are going to be like that in the future, though. It's going to get more and more integrated with the enemy types, and we're going to have had all of our bases covered as much as possible. Which is why I think I kind of tried to do that in the beginning, because I thought that's what the game would be like. But it hasn't really done that yet. And right now we're definitely going for quality over quantity. Any and all combination of units, right? Whenever it's an invasion. Large power cores. Let's go for the Skyfall. And let's deploy, finally, what I hope is our god weapon. They don't call it a massive slot for no reason. Yes. Alright, there it is. Do work. Try and keep an eye on it. Holy crap. Okay, it looks like it's doing work. It has a slow, like, turning radius, it seems. Okay, shield's taking a beating. Wow. This is definitely the front lines. Oh, there's so many of them. Oh, no. It's got a lot of HP, too. I don't know if we need to consider, like, upgrading its HP to make sure we don't lose it. It's a huge investment. Whew. Alright, guys. I think that's going to be it for today. That was fun, though. Next time, I think we're going to go for more quantity rather over quality. That looks really cool, but I think it'll do its best work if we're able to protect it better, and we're able to just start overwhelming our opponents, our enemies, with like an overwhelming amount of fire. I could see us basically doubling up our aerial presence, and maybe even adding maybe 50% more of our ground presence, and then 1 or 2 additional turrets. In the next episode. I think that'll be the next episode. Alright, guys. Thank you so much. I'm Brett. My channel's Goodtalk Gaming. And as always, y'all, I will see you in the next one. Take care, guys.